Once upon a time in a small village in India, there lived a very wise and meditative man. He was so famous throughout the land that people from far and wide would come to visit him and pick his brain for advice. "My son, I can answer all your questions, but I have one condition." The young man was confused. "What is that?" he asked. The wise man replied, "Before I answer your questions, I want you to go and sit in the lake in the center of our village. Sit there for 1 hour every day for 3 days. He approached the young man and asked, "My son, can you tell me what you saw in the lake?" He realized that the real answers lay within him, and that meditation was the key to uncovering them. We allow these thoughts to fill our minds, preventing us from discovering our true selves. But the truth is that we all have a divine spark within us that can guide us to happiness and fulfillment. With renewed determination, he thanked the wise man and went on his way. The young man replied, "I saw only myself in the lake, sir." The wise man smiled and said, "That is the answer you are seeking. You are like that lake filled with flowers. You cannot see the beautiful water within because of all the distractions around you. Are they causing you pain or preventing you from moving forward? If so, it's time to empty your mind and discover the real you. To find the real you, you must empty your mind of all worldly things. Take some time each day to empty your mind and discover the real you. You may be surprised at what you find. Thank you. Only then can you discover the true purpose of your life. When we do this, we open ourselves up to the possibility of discovering our true potential and living a life that is more meaningful and fulfilling. At the end of the 3rd day, I will meet you here, and then I'll answer all your questions." The young man was puzzled by this strange task, but he agreed to do it anyway. One day a young man came to see him. He had many questions about meditation, but before he could even ask the first one, the wise man said, "You went to the lake the next day and sat down. Meditation is a great way to start, but it's not the only way. Taking long walks in nature or practicing yoga can also help you connect with yourself and find inner stillness." He did the same thing the next day, sitting in the lake for an hour and then going home. But on the 3rd day, something strange happened. He noticed that many people were staring at him while passing by, and some even stopped to ask him why he was sitting in the lake. He simply told them he was meditating, and they all laughed at him and walked away. The beautiful flowers were covering the entire surface of the lake, and when he stepped into the water, he felt as if tiny needles were pricking his body. He tried to remove the flowers from the lake, but there were too many of them, and he couldn't get to the water. So he sat down and closed his eyes. To his surprise, the more he meditated, the more the flowers around him seemed to disappear. After about half an hour, he opened his eyes and found that he was sitting in the middle of the lake, surrounded by only a few flowers. He quickly removed them and saw that the water was sparkling in the sunlight. He took a deep breath and felt a sense of calm and clarity. After sitting in the lake for an hour, he returned home and slept. When he went to the lake, he found that it was filled with water lily. When the wise man saw what had happened to the lake, he was pleased. The young man still had questions about meditation, but now he understood that they weren't important. Now, my friends, just like the young man, we too are often distracted by the worries and problems of our daily lives. So whenever you feel lost or confused, take a moment to close your eyes and reflect on your thoughts. In today's world, it can be difficult to find inner peace and quiet the constant chatter in our minds. But with practice, it can be done. It is important to make time for self-reflection and to be honest with ourselves about our thoughts and emotions. So, my friends, I leave you with this challenge.